Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyid al-Mursalin amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah.
As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulallah.
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah.
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah.
As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabiyyallah. وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله نويت سنة الاعتكاف. My dear Islamic brothers, our most beloved Rasul Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned Niyatul Mu'mini khayrun min amali. Intention of a believer is greater than his action. We make good intentions, inshallah, that first and foremost, inshallah, that whatever we do here, inshallah, it will be for the sole pleasure of Allah and His beloved Rasul, inshallah. Whenever we hear the name of Allah, say Azza wa Jal. Whenever we hear the name of the beloved Rasul, or we hear in the lecture, Sallu ala al-Habib, then recite loudly Darood upon the beloved Rasul ﷺ by saying Sallallahu Ta'ala ala Muhammad. When we hear something beautiful, say Subhanallah, say Alhamdulillah, say Allahu Akbar. These are some beautiful intentions one can make whilst listening to a lecture or listening to Muballigh Dawat Islami, giving some bayan. At the same time, those Islamists that are seated in this ijtima, make niyat inshallah that from the beginning to the end, we will sit in this ijtima inshallah. Cell phones, put your cell phones off or put them on silent. Cell phones is too much of disturbance for us today. And unfortunately, when we come into the masjid, types of ringtones, astaghfirullah, songs and music, etc. in the house of Allah Tabarak. May Allah save us from this inshallah. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. Salatu wa salamu alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah. The most beloved of Allah Azza wa Jalla, the most generous and kind. Our most beloved Rasul alayhi salatu salam has mentioned that if a person has any difficulties, any severe requirements, the beloved Rasul alayhi salatu salam said, recite durood, salawat upon me in large numbers. Inshallah Tabaraku Ta'ala, with the barakah of durood, inshallah, our problems will be solved, inshallah. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala, ala Muhammad, salatun wa salamun alayka, ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah, wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah. My dear Islamic brothers, it comes in a narration about, it's a very unique city. This city was totally surrounded by fencing, and the king of that city rules for 2 years consecutively. After the 2-year term passes, a new king is put in charge of the city. So when the 2-year expired, the other king is taken out, and the first person that walks to the city's doors, huge doors, on that specific date and specific time, all the ministers, all the people, all the security, the armed forces, they welcome that person and make him the king of that city for 2 years. So it happened one day that the term of that king expired. And when the term of the king expired, he was removed from the city, and they waited patiently at the time of dawn, just at the time of sunrise, who is going to be the first lucky person to walk into the door of that city from outside the town. He is going to be the king of that town. And when this person walked through the door, stranger, walked through this huge door entering into this beautiful city, people start to carry him and start to rejoice. They put him on the shoulders. And they started to dance on the streets. They started to rejoice that this is our king. This is our king. This is our king. So this person who walked in, he was shocked and said, what are you guys doing? I'm not your king. I'm a stranger passing by your city. They said, no, we know that you're a stranger passing by the city, but today is your lucky day. Today the term of the king, old king, expires, and the first person that walks into the city, he becomes the king. So he felt a little bit of importance because he saw all the security guards around him, all the ministers, the entire kingdom at the tip of his fingernails, just had to flick his fingers and things are happening. He asked them, really, am I your king? They said, yes, you are our king. So he said, okay, if I'm the king, take me to my palace. So they took him to the palace and he was looking left and right, up and down. He saw such a beautiful palace and such a beautiful throne. And sat and he enjoyed everything for the moment. And he said, really, am I the king? Still in shock and state of shockness. They said, yes, you are the king, you are the master. He says, so whatever I order happens? He says, whatever you order for 2 years happens. So as the days went by, he was enjoying the happiness of being the king of this kingdom. And as the days went by, he realized that everything he orders happens. Whatever he says happens. And so he started inquiring to the ministers one by one. Okay, so what happens after 2 years? Now look at this intelligent person. If somebody calls us the king and we will start to enjoy, oh, we are the king. And we start to enjoy all the luxuries of the dunya, all the wealth, all the money, all the foods, the kingdom, the palace, everything we start to enjoy. But look at how intelligent was this king. He asked his minister, what happens after 2 years? They say, after 2 years, we take you and we throw you into the jungle. What happens in the jungle? They say, we don't know what happens to the jungle because all those kings that we sent in the jungle, they never came back. We don't know. We never heard of them again. So he said, oh, okay. You know exactly where we throw these kings? They said, yes, we know where we throw the kings. Please take me to that place. So he took all his soldiers and his ministers and they went out with horse and carts and they went out into the jungle and they said, this is the place where we throw the kings. And full of trees and bush and veld, very scary and very eerie feeling. So king looked left and looked right and said, okay, so this is the place. Went back to the kingdom and thought that I'm the king. Now I have to plan after 2 years. They're going to kick me out of this kingdom and they're going to put me to the jungle. So I have to do some intelligent planning that when I come out of 2 years out of this kingdom, I will have some security for myself, that I'll be able to live a good life. So he went out, he took his architect, he took his ministers and went back into the jungle the next day and he said, okay, now I want you to build me this house here in this design and this style. They said, you are our master. Whatever you say, we do. He started to build a palace, another palace outside into the jungle. He took horses and cows and donkeys and everything and he filled up the palace and made up a beautiful farm. Everything was set and ready. He inhabited with servants and maids and food and stocks, etc., etc. He filled up his palace with stock so he could survive for many years. And when the 2 years arrived, Allahu Akbar, when the 2 years arrived, all the ministers and all the kingdom, all the people had announced that, oh, our master, oh, our king, today your term is over. We have to move you into the jungle. He happily said, okay, please take me to the jungle. And when he went into the jungle, he had his own palace, he had his own horses, he had his own camel, he had his own cows, he had his own donkeys, he had his own goats. He had everything set for him, his own maids, his own servants. And he lived a life happily ever after. My dear Islam, this is only a story. Yes, it's only a story. But there are many Madani pearls, many beautiful Madani flowers that one can take from this narration, can take from the story. How intelligent was he? A person who was at a place for a temporary short while, for a short while. But he planned not for the short while. He planned for the long future, what he had out there in the jungle. Because 2 years he only had the ownership of the wealth of this dunya, but he prepared something that when he left this palace, he had something ready for him outside in the jungle. So my dear Islam brothers, let's come to our situation. Allah Ta'ala has made us human being. Allah Azza wa Jal gave us aql. Allah Ta'ala gave us brain. Not only that, Allah Azza wa Jal's special mercy. They are human beings in different categories and different forms. Yes, there are different categories and different forms and different beliefs. But Allah Ta'ala's special mercy, Allah Ta'ala's special rahmat, He chose you and chose me to be the ummah of His most beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah Ta'ala gave us the wealth of Iman. Huh? Allah gave us the wealth of Iman. Actually, this is the real wealth. Wealth of Iman is the real wealth. Allah Azza wa Jal gave us the wealth of Iman. Allah Azza wa Jal gave us Quran. Allah Ta'ala gave us Islam. Allah Azza wa Jal gave us this beautiful human body, this human form. And we have a purpose. Each and every believer, each and every mu'min, every Muslim, he knows that after a certain period of time, time lapse, he has to leave this world, this so-called modern world, this so-called mortal world. He has to leave and he has to go to the real world, which is the akhirat. He knows. Let's ask ourselves, if we are intelligent like that king, or we were deaf and stupid like the previous kings, who came and took all the enjoyment of the world, and then went out and threw him into the jungle, and all the lions and the leopards and all the wild animals ate him up because he didn't plan. Did we do the same planning? Allah Ta'ala gave us aql, Allah gave us brain box, so we can think between right and wrong, halal and haram, lawful and unlawful. We can think. Allah gave us this brain to think these type of things. Oh, we also thinking that this world that we see, the beauty of this world, is that everything for us, my dear Islam brothers? What have we planned for the reality? How many times we have buried our dead ones? How many times? 1 time? 2 times? 3 times? How many janazah salah we attended? How many times we went towards the qabristan? How many times we went to the hospitals and visited the sick? And we knew they are in the last moments. We went there. We made dua, maghfirah for them. We prayed for them. But they didn't make it. The angel of death extracted their ruh, took away their soul, and took them down to the dark covers, their graves. They also had healthy bodies like you and I. They could shout and they could scream just like you and I. Some of them were very, very handsome. Many of them had wealth. Many of them had beautiful palaces. They also had beautiful cars and beautiful bank balances and beautiful families. What happened to them? We took them to the qabristan, we put them in the dark graves, we prayed for them, we closed up, we put tons and tons of soil upon them, we prayed for them for 3 days and 40 days, and 1 year we continued. Their wives remarried. Yes, their wives remarried. It's jais. Their wives remarried. These children shared their wealth. But we saw with our naked eyes. We also felt something. My friend passed away. My beloved father passed away, wife passed away, my child passed away, my Nana Jan, my Dada Jan, everybody passed away. Did we learn any lesson from this? That they went to the destination. What about our destination? Where are we heading for? Did we plan? Or are we waiting for something supernatural to happen? And the skies are going to open and say, oh, the people of Stanger, wake up before it's too late. You're waiting for something like that? No, it's not going to happen. Because the message already came to us again and again, in different forms, in Quran, in Hadith, Muballigin, Sahaba Ikram, Alayhim Ridwan, Taba'in, Taba'in, our Ghaus Pak, Khwaja Garib and Nawaz, Rahmatullah, all the great pious ancestors, they came and gave the message. And message is still being given. We learn anything from it. It comes in one narration that intelligent is that person. Intelligent is that person who works little for the short while. Who works little for this short while, the dunya. And works a lot for the hereafter life. Intelligent is that person who works little for this dunya and he works a lot for the hereafter. That is intelligent person. Our knowledge of intelligent person is something else, unfortunately. Intelligent person, we think intelligent person, successful person, best person is that person who's successful in this dunya. He got the wealth, he got the car, he got the businesses, has big families, enjoyment. We think he's the most intelligent person. No. An intelligent person is that who works less for this dunya and more for the hereafter. So my dear Islamic brothers, what have we got planned? What have we planned for the short world and for the hereafter? Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala says in Quran Majid, الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. Translation from Kanzul Iman. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, who created death and life. Allah Azza wa Jal, who created death and life so that He may try you. He may examine you as to whom of you are best in deeds. Allah Azza wa Jal created the life and death so He can examine us. He can take us through a test, an examination as to whom of us have fulfilled the rights of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, who has done righteous deeds. Think about it, yeah. We're on an examination. We're on a test. Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala sent us on the earth for an examination. How much have we prepared for the examination? How much have we prepared for our purpose? What is our purpose of life? Our purpose of life is for the hereafter. That's our purpose of life. So how much we prepared for the examination? Many students are here. Yes, could be in universities, could be in varsities, could be in colleges. Maybe they become an alim ad-din. May Allah will make all our children alim ad-din. Maybe they become Hafiz al-Quran. May Allah will make all our children Hafiz al-Quran. Why not? This should be our desire. This should be our wish. When you're studying for the exam, how much you're spending time? University students, they're taking stay-awake tablets. Yes. They're taking stay-awake tablets. They're popping stay-awake tablets so they can stay awake the whole night. Why? We have to pass the examination. Our purpose is to pass the examination. So they worked so hard. They completed the grade 1 right up till matric. And matric they spend endless nights, sleepless nights, so they can get the degrees of A's and B's and enter into the universities. And university went for 1 year and 2 years and 10 years. Up to 8 to 10 years they spent in universities so they could get the best degree, the best grades. They spent years preparing for these grades to pass the examination. And they even slept over Fajr Salah. They left the Fajr Salah because they worked so hard for the examination of the dunya. What about the real examination? What about the real examination? We work so hard for our children. What about the real examination? Today our child is intelligent. Our child is so-called intelligent. The father thinks he's more intelligent. He says, oh, this child of mine, you know, he minuses and subtracts so fast. He multiplies like this. He knows A, B, C so quickly. He can do so many things. He can read the book. He can read so many things. He knows English very well. So this child of mine, I want to make him a doctor. And this child, oh, he's also very intelligent. He speaks a lot. He knows a lot about law. I want to make him a lawyer. Or that child, he's very physical. He knows how to handle things. He can make and break. I want to make him an engineer. Every father wants to make his child a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a successful businessman. But he does not understand what is maqsad, what is the purpose. You think the intelligent child must head in that direction, and the child that is weak, for him is weak, he says no, his mental capacity is not high enough. Whether he's weak, whether he's mentally strong, Islamic education is compulsory for each and every one. We should make all our children alim ad-din. Why not you make him alim ad-din and also doctor? Why not you make him Hafiz al-Quran and also engineer? Why don't you make him imam and also lawyer? Why not? We can't think like this. No, that thinking is very difficult for us. Yeah? Why don't you make him Mufti Dawat Islami and also make him a big businessman? How is it possible? Yeah? Yes, it's possible. Only you need to do this box, you need to do some adjustment inside here. Tuck, tuck, knock it a little bit and do some adjustment. If you do the adjustment, then you'll understand what is the maqsad, what is the purpose in the dunya. What is our purpose? Tubu ila Allah, astaghfirullah. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. So what is our purpose? Exams we are preparing. Preparing for university exams again and again. Colleges. all the different places we are studying. We want to get high grades. But what is the real examination? Allahu Akbar. When the angel of death comes, Malik al-Maut alayhi salatu wassalam, when he extracts our ruh, takes away our soul. That part when we talk about ruh, the angel of death, now people start scratching their head and talking, what this guy talking, holding the beard. This guy talking about death, yeah? Why are you talking about death? Can't you talk about something else? Talk about life? Why death? The death is the reality. Life is the test, is the exam, so that you can go through the stage of death. And death is not dead. You're not dead. You just go to a stage, to a next phase. Alim-e-Barzakh and Qayamat is the next stage. Then Jannat or Jannah, Jahannam. We don't know. So when the angel of death comes and he takes away our ruh, then we put in the qabr. And after we put in the qabr, then after all our beloved family members, father, brothers, uncles, all leave the qabristan and they go. They cry. I know they cry. I also cry. But after we leave the qabr, plus minus 40 feet out, then the questions start. Rumbling sounds, like tsunami, earthquake. The whole qabr starts to shake. The walls of the qabr are torn open by the angels. The angels come into the qabr and they make him stand upright. And they start asking the questions with fear, with khawf. Man Rabbuka, who is your Lord? You have to answer, my Lord? How I'll know who's my Lord? I never knew my Lord. I was only busy in the games and the TVs and the VCR and the movies. How will I know my Lord? How will I know my Lord? Then, Ma Deenuka, what is your deen? My deen? How will I know what is my deen? When I used to idol worship I used to worship only the song stars, the movie stars. The songs, soccer players, cricket players. This was my life. I had posters of them on my cars, in my windows, in my rooms. I had them on my mobile all the time. I used to only think about them. How will I know what is my deen? Ma kunta taqul fi haqqi hadha rajul. A beautiful personality will appear in the qabr. Noorani, full of light. Our beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam will come in the qabr. They'll ask you, what did you have to say about this personality? How will you know this personality? So this is the real examination. So we want to pass the examination. This examination we want to pass. But we don't want to do any hard work for the examination. But the examination of the dunya, we want to do so much of hard work here. So much of hard work and sleepless nights. We didn't care about day and night. We didn't care about dark or light. We didn't worry about time. We didn't worry about family. We only cared that we want to get good grades. What about the good grades in the qabr, in the hereafter? Beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam has mentioned, Ad-dunya sijnul mu'min wa jannatul kafir. Dunya is a lockup, is a prison for the believers. Yes, my dear Islam brother. This dunya that you see, the beautiful sea in Stanger, the beachfront, all the beautiful trees around us, all the greenery around us, beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam says that this dunya is a lockup, it's a jail for a believer. And a Jannah for the kafir. Paradise for the kuffar. But, you know how it is in jail? May Allah save us from being in the jail. But some of us have been in jail. I was in apartment, so I know what is jail. Because I had to catch them and throw them in the jail. You can't move in the jail. You cannot think about 2 o'clock in the morning, if I want to take a walk in the garden, I can open the jail door and I can walk. You can't. You are restricted. If it's 4 o'clock and the buzzer goes, you have to be up. You have no choice. You can't say, okay, today I'm tired, I'll sleep till 7 o'clock. No! When the buzzer goes up, the prison warder comes, he grabs you and he pulls you out of your bed. You have no choice. You are a prisoner. At the moment, believer is prisoner. He is in a lockup. The real thing comes when the angel of death comes and we see ourselves in the reality after the death, our Jannah inshallah tabarak. That is the reality. Tubu ilallah. Astaghfirullah. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad salatu wassalam alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasul. So my dear Islam brother, now we learn so many things in a little bit time. What is the purpose on the dunya? What is our maqsad? What is our examination? Is university examination of qabr is really the real examination? What is going to happen to us? Qayamat. We learn so many things in a little bit time. We learn that this is not the Jannah. This is the Jannah for the kafir. But you check out, you do a check and balance system. Today, our Muslims in advance, yes, in advance, school holidays, July holidays, December holidays, we are preparing in advance. We're making intentions that we want to do so many things in December and in July. We also start to book in advance. Yes, we book in advance. 6 months in advance, 1 year in advance. Hotel booking, this booking, car booking, that booking, at this beach front, at that place. This is what's happening to our people. We're booking in advance for the holidays. And we are going on the beach front, astaghfirullah. Enjoying with them. This is their Jannah, we're also joining in their Jannah. You understand? We're just trying to get your purpose, your need. Purpose and need. You need to differentiate what is the purpose and what is the need. You get these things balanced out, inshallah ta'ala, we know our purpose is Rabb Allah ta'ala. Our need is dunya. Dunya is not our purpose. All this beauty that we see in the world, it's only infatuating us now. Oh, so beautiful tree, so beautiful plant, so beautiful ocean. It's only infatuating us. But in reality, this is not the reality. The reality is our Rabb Allah ta'ala. Qabr, Qiyamah, Jannah, Jahannam. This is the reality, my dear Islam brother. Tubu ila Allah, astaghfirullah. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. Salatum wa salamun alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasul. We can ask ourselves the question. Very, very beautiful, very easy question. Allah ta'ala is Rabb. He's our Lord. Allah is the one who created everything. For example, let's take for example the air, oxygen. For what purpose Allah created the oxygen? Anybody knows what is the purpose of oxygen? What is the purpose of oxygen? To breathe. For who? For mankind? For the animals? For us to breathe? Can we survive without oxygen? We can't. Rain, for what purpose? For mankind? For us to survive? Without water, can we survive? No. Stars, for what purpose? For mankind? Why? We're traveling in a certain direction, we see which is the North Star, which direction we go. We get direction from stars, believe it. The moon, can we survive without the moon? No. The moon, also the motion of the moon controls the oceans. Yes. The motion of the moon controls the oceans. Yes. And the moon gives us light at night. The sun, for what purpose? For us? Yes. What is the purpose of the sun? The sun gives us light. Subhanallah, the sun gives us light. Without the sun, greenery cannot grow. The greenery needs sun. It needs light all the time. It needs water. It needs oxygen. It needs light in order for the plant to grow. Allah Ta'ala created the clouds. For what? For the purpose of getting us rain. Allah Azza wa Jal created, for example, the grass. Animals eat the grass. Animals get strong. Animals for whose purpose? For our purpose. Grass for whose purpose? For our purpose. Everything Allah Ta'ala created for your and my purpose. Everything is created for us. Then what we are created for? If everything is created for us, what are we created for? This is a question. This is the question we need to answer. Allah Ta'ala created us for His worship. Allah Azza wa Jal created us, jinn and man, for His worship. Yes. But our worship, where's our worship? Far away from Allah Ta'ala, His beloved Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. Tubu ila Allah, astaghfirullah. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, salatum wa salamun alayka ya Sayyidi ya Rasulullah. So my dear Islam brethren, Dawat Islam is giving us a very beautiful message. Indeed, life is very short. Like it's mentioned about Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam and the angel of death, Hazrat Israel alayhi salatu wasalam. Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam and Israel alayhi salatu wasalam, one day they met. Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam asked the angel of death, you know how it stinks? Now if you're walking on the road and you see the garbage truck on this side, you cross the road and go to the other side. You don't want to go near the garbage truck because garbage truck is stinking. It's clunking. We don't want to go near it. It smells. So people cross the road. So bad company is like the garbage truck. And if you see somebody on the garbage truck, you know, okay, maybe you have to greet him, but I won't go near because if I go near, how will I be able to greet him? His hand is dirty, everything is stinking, it's clunking, it's smelly, it's yucky, there's worms there, there's so many things there, bacteria. I don't want to go there. Fungus is there. So we stay across the road, but he's your friend. he greets you. So what we can do from far, we can just pick up our hand and wave to him. But we don't want to go near that company. We don't want to go near the dead burnt truck. We don't want to go near that smell. It stinks. But one day, if he comes right next to you, you have no choice. Maybe you have to give him your hand. You have to greet him. And when you give him your hand, maybe you might block your nose because you can't take the smell, but you give him your hand. You give him your hand. And you run away quickly. And he passes the second day, maybe you don't give him your hand this time, you give him your chest. Because he's coming second time. Third time you stand in his company. Fourth time you eat and drink next to him. And you talk to him, you make conversations with him. Because now, slowly but surely, the smell is becoming addictive. Every time you go close to the company, slowly but surely, the clunk does not become stink anymore. It becomes like normal for you. You saw the dead burnt truck when he's going past. He's also eating while he's carrying the dead burnt. He's eating the one hand and he's catching the dead at the other hand. He's drinking the other hand and he's putting the dead at the other hand. You saw? He does that. You wonder, how this guy eating in the truck here? He's drinking and eating in the truck. You know why? He's addicted to the smell. This dead burnt truck is like bad company. When you got, this is going to be like the dead burnt. The smell is going to be there. You don't notice it anymore. Only the other people from the masjid, the Maulana will say, oh, look at the, oh, he's joined that company. Why he went near the company? He can't notice it anymore. It doesn't make any difference to him anymore. Because he's already got the stink in him. The stink of bad company. And good company, subhanallah azza wa jalla, is like a person working in a perfume shop. He walks down the street, people cross the road, they want to meet him, people want to greet him, people want to hug him, they don't want to leave his company, they always want to get close to him, and they come to him and say, oh brother, you know what, you're always smelling so beautifully, so nice. You got a beautiful khushbu, beautiful perfume. He says, but where did I get this perfume from? I don't use any perfume. I don't use any khushbu. I have no scent on me. He said, how it's possible that every time we come near you, you have a good smell? He says, oh yes, man. I work in the perfume shop. Oh yes, man, I work in the perfume shop. Maybe whilst I'm working in the perfume shop, whilst I walk past the perfume, maybe it rubbed over my shirt, and maybe the same smell you're getting that rubbed over my shirt that you are getting now when I walk on the street. So good company like the perfume shop. Huh? The closer you get to the perfume shop, maybe you don't notice it, but other people notice it. Oh, mashallah, he's reading 5 times namaz now here. Allah, my child, it became coolness of my eyes. He's reading 5 times namaz. Oh, mashallah, now he's keeping beard. Allahu Akbar. He's wearing Imam Sharif. He's reading 5 times namaz, Ba'ad Jamaat. He's traveling in Madani Kafila. My child. Allahu Akbar. I'm so happy here. Because you know why? He got good company. He took something from the perfume shop. So today, I'm offering you something from the perfume shop. Too many types of varieties of perfume we have in this shop, alhamdulillah. My shop, Dawat Islami shop, our shop. Too much of varieties. For all types of people, all kinds of people, all creeds, all colors, all different languages. We have different types of perfume for everyone. Come on this perfume shop, please. And take 1 bottle of the perfume we're giving you for free. Yes. Join this beautiful Madani Mahal of Dawat Islami. Get close to this perfume shop. Inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala, you will see your area becoming perfumed. Your area. Stanger people, subhanallah, within 3-4 days, what do you feel? You don't feel some perfume happening, something happening? You feel something happening? Yes. And they would wish that this perfume continues, but the perfume cannot continue without you. It needs you. Because we want to rub the perfume off to you. If you join, keep in the company, travel with us for 12 days, for 30 days, for 12 months, if you give us some time, then we can share some of this perfume to you. But you don't want to give time, man. You're so busy, engrossed in your life, you don't have time to give in the path of Allah Ta'ala. You don't have time to give in Madani Kafila. Yesterday, alhamdulillah, 3-4 Islamic brothers picked up their hand for Madani Kafila. I hope, inshallah, some Islamic brothers today give me time and say, okay, we're ready. We want to give you time. Please give us some of the perfume that Dawat Islam is offering. We want some of the perfume. Is there anybody ready to join us? For 12 days, 3 days, 30 days, 12 months? Can somebody pick up the hand and tell me, I'm ready, I want to learn the work? Somebody from your side? Say subhanallah. Stand up. Please stand up. MashaAllah. Anybody else will give us some time? Please stand up. Say subhanallah. I said in the beginning of the Ijtama, make good intentions, and this is one of the good intentions that we will make. We will make the dhikr of Allah Ta'ala. Some other Islam brother made also intention. Where's our other Islam brother? One more yesterday was here. MashaAllah. Look at Stanger here, MashaAllah. What a beauty of Stanger here. May Allah Ta'ala continue showering His special mercy upon Stanger. And may this beautiful Madani Mahal of the Islami spread this perfume in each and every house in this area, inshallah. Another thing that we are going to discuss today is about madrasa for adults. Alhamdulillah, we started on a daily basis. After Isha daily, we're having madrasa for Madrasatul Madina Balighan. We call it madrasa for adults. And believe me, that many of us don't know how to recite the Quran with proper pronunciation. We need to learn how to recite Quran. We give you the person to teach you. Is anybody ready to come here every night to learn Quran? Please pick up your hand. Anybody? Madrasa also is full now, mashallah. Masjid is going to be full for namaz. Masjid is going to be full for madrasa. Too many people ready for madrasa also. We're going to start the Madrasatul Madina, inshallah. Okay? And inshallah, He will try to teach those who know Quran, who can recite with tajweed. He will teach them the system of how to teach madrasa. Who's ready to join the madrasa daily? Please pick up your hand again. MashaAllah. Whole Stanger is here. MashaAllah. Every day, Isha Salah, inshallah, 26-minute class, some dars for few minutes. He make mind some masla masail, some beautiful things He will teach us, some du'as, and then He teach maybe for 12 to 15 minutes Quran. How to recite Quran with tajweed. No matter how old you are or how you are young, we all want to learn. Okay? So Alhamdulillah, Dawat Islami offers you these beautiful opportunities. I hope inshallah that we travel in the Madani Kafil of Dawat Islami, inshallah. I hope inshallah Ta'ala we join daily Madrasatul Madina. Allah karam. ऐसा करे तुझ पे जहां में ऐ दावत इस्लामी तेरी धूम मची हो आमीन बिजाहि नबी अमीन सल्लल्लाहु तआला अलैहि वसल्लम सल्लु अलल हबीब सल्लल्लाहु तआला अला मुहम्मद